And now the weirdness that is PalWorld continues. I'm officially in an uncharted territory as I've never made it this far in the game before. So now we begin preparing for the third tower. Look at these weirdos. Cannibalistic weirdos. Got all these dead bodies around and still pestering me. So for starters, there was one thing that I discovered that made me more happy than it reasonably should have. That shouldn't be a thing, but I love that it is. While exploring, I run out of stam, and I think no worries, until I almost land on my first rampaging pal. I give it a bit of space as I try to determine my next move, which is obviously shoot it in the face. I'm so happy my dragon is on this because honestly, I could learn a whole entire new language between reloads. I'll admit, I was a little sad I couldn't lobotomize a pal on the rampage and make him my forever indentured servitude friend, so we had no choice but to resort to full-on violence. And then I had to cut off Elphedron's love of logging, and I'd be a little bit of a liar if I didn't admit that his love for logging has kind of gotten on my nerves. This damn mammoth is hogging up the frickin' hot tub. Is he depressed? No! He's just sitting there. I'm sorry I tossed my ore socks in frustration, but I didn't know whether to shove him out, which I did eventually. I had a critically depressed fire ram that took precedence over his comfy wet butt. Success. Now I won't have to give him drugs later. This is cheaper. The base continues to expand, and I reach the industrial age. Then during my travels, I meet this weirdo dressed as a depresso, and then this real depresso staring at what is obviously a decapitated Cattiva inside this pumpkin head. Okay, I can't handle the weirdness, so I leave. And today was the day I let the intrusive thoughts win. And my first thought was like, holy crap, that worked. No raid. Awesome. Holy moly, I'm a genius. And then I realized it just started the raid immediately, which is also good. Not as good as canceling, but good. They were defeated embarrassingly fast. And Elphedron gets a pet for being the best. I then discovered that you could liquefy pals to make them even better. And so obviously I'm obsessed with making Pupperay the best Pupperay ever. The industrial age continues. I found something awesome. But I can't handle that yet. To be continued. So, utilizing the nearest travel bird, I decide to check out these statues and grab a life mug. Even though I don't get the centaur things yet, hopefully someday I do, but this was on my way to the next quest destination. While not completely unreasonable, a lot of the pals here are a good 10 levels or so above me, but I did happen to see this egg. Eggs don't fight back. So I talked to this guy, and apparently he's got issues with these Brothers of the Eternal Pyre, and they're being weird because they're running around asking people and wild pals to fight them, and it's really making people uncomfortable because the lack of capitalist motivation has the village on edge. They don't want stuff, they don't want money. Why are they doing this? Nobody knows. So he directs me to go talk to some other guy who was challenged. Was he at, or maybe he was asked nicely. I don't know. We don't know. But either way, I'm gonna go ask him about his encounter, but not before I stop and realize these pals have a gambling problem. This game always seems to strike an uneasy balance between its pals. To be honest, it just sounds like a bunch of dudes being dudes, doing dude stuff. But if I want to hear about the good old days, I should go talk to the porter. That porter guy lived kind of in a dangerous area, so I took a moment and hatched something cool. One of those fire things I was looking at earlier. Neat. Now he can burn all my food. Boy, have I got jobs for you. I did find a guy just being a dude. I don't know if he was part of the Brotherhoods of the Eternal Pyre, but, you know, either way. God, why did he make me kill his bunny? Finally got around to giving a thwack like I was supposed to a long time ago. Not saying I forgot about him. I was just busy. Doing stuff. More important. I also realized I had brought a thwack for him, but I could have given him any thwack, and for whatever reason I decided to give him the one that was still in my base, because I don't care about either of them. But I've grown attached to the one that's been following me around. I decided to take up fishing. It did not come naturally. But eventually I got it. Kind of. Oh goody, it's another thwack. I also learned how to fish for trash. Eventually. I caught this chunk and whopper. I don't need it, but I want it. I lost a few pals getting up here, but we made it, kind of. And this guy just pretty much lets me know that, yeah, you know, they found some dude passed out, but, you know, he was really motivating when he woke up, and everybody was like, yeah, and they've been a real pain in the ass ever since. I pretty much accidentally murdered everything trying to get up here, so, you know, I had to get down the good old-fashioned way. So I go back to this guy, and he's like, you know, maybe you can tell the guy, this Axel guy, to just kind of cool it. And I'm pretty much like, yeah, sure, of course, why not? I really feel like these guys need an intervention. Found a cool island. Then I spent a ridiculously amount of time trying to get these stupid turtles to be my friends. I think I only stood a chance because they were stuck in the water. Just get in the sphere. Seriously? Look, now you're dead. Could have handled this respectfully with a lobotomization, but no. Finally. Good God. Also found a rampaging turtle and a shiny turtle right next to each other. But as much trouble as that one gave me, I couldn't imagine trying to capture this guy. So unfortunately, I had to leave him. Maybe I'll get lucky again some other year. I had to continue making Pupperay, a super Pupperay, by feeding him the liquid and condensed version of his brethren. It's okay. What he doesn't know won't hurt him. Things are looking good around the base, and I get this visitor. He was selling a lavender. But of course, I said yes. Because why wouldn't I? Well, lavender is awesome. No, but in real life, she's a really hard worker around this place. She keeps up morale, too, on the side. Little did I know that Lunaris was going to become one of my next favorite pals. She turned out to be pretty awesome. Especially when I'm mining. Luckily, I had a water pet on me. Because in all honest truth, I was kind of trying to level up water pals. Because I'm assuming the boss is going to be a firefight. There's also a whole new ecosystem to subjugate. I love it. I saw that weird looking chest again. And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really prepared for it to bark and run away. It looked like it was glitching, so I decided to help it out with its problem. My dragon just booted it, straight up soft kicked it into the lava where it ran off. Then unfortunately every monster attacked it. And I was like, shoot, I wonder if you could tame that thing. You had to drop some loot though, and man, I was not prepared for how much it was gonna drop. That was awesome. I definitely wish I'd killed that first one. At least now I know what to do the next time I see one. My management skills increase. My visitors seem to be increasing. And while I'm not interested in what this drug dealer has to offer, I am kind of surprised he feels the need to have such a large entourage of heavily armed men. Yeah, so head out to the desert and start lobotomizing new pals. And let me tell you, poor Pupperay, he's still out there, just a juiced up version of himself. I'm proud of him. Proud of him. Still kicking, even now. But the desert's pretty harsh, and this goes from admiring some birds from afar to absolute chaos and like nothing. Holy crap, they killed my elephant? And just when I think I was making a smooth mistake, I fly right into those bird things. It's okay though. We made it out of there. Eventually. Just a little singed. But it seems like no matter where I turn in this dang desert, there's no place to go. I might want to come back here later. I'm over here hatching eggs, minding my own business, resurrecting dead pals. Trying to figure out my next move. And holy crap, I'm like, why are they all following me? Guys are so weird. And it eventually dawns on me like, oh, holy crap, they're all hungry. They're not being adorable, they're starving. I realized, holy crap, these chonkers are eating me out of house and home. Scramble around real quickly and get them all some onions, tomatoes. The basics. Yeah, their breath's gonna stink, but, you know, better than being miserable, I guess. Figured I might need to start upgrading some food for them. It's only gonna work out if these assholes start becoming better farmers. I know I'm never gonna remember where these trees are when I want them, so I've been trying to keep them marked on my map. I found this awesome looking guy, but I'm definitely not gonna be able to do anything about him for quite some time too. I'll also be back for you someday. I thought this guy would be a cute addition. Was not expecting to hit him that hard though. Oh well. Poor guy. Couldn't help but think to myself, like, oh, this looks cool. And they seem to be leaving me alone. They didn't seem to be upset that I was hanging out. Maybe I was like, oh, you know, since I killed Lily, maybe they like me. Or I guess I didn't kill her, but whatever. But no, as soon as I tried to go inside their house, they had huge issues with me. Which I guess is fair. Probably be cool with somebody walking outside too. till they tried to come inside my house. I'd get pretty upset too. So understandable. An understandable reaction. This building also made me think that I really need to rethink my structuring of my base. Because this place is kind of awesome. When I realized my favorite dragon came in a blue variety, I knew I had to have it. And wouldn't you know it, just as I'm trying to catch my blue dragon, my stupid Lunaris heat-seeking sphere goes right for one of the stupid birds instead, angering the whole mountain. It's a bit more than I can handle at this moment, so I have to break it off and we'll come back and try again. Cracking out one of my new pals, I decided to give this another go. But holy crap, I was not prepared for Dragon Plume Lux to just completely annihilate it. That was honestly kind of sad. But luckily, I found another just around the corner. And this time we went with the good safety feature of Pupperay. It works. No, I'm not impressed by this pal. But luckily it seems like there's plenty more where these guys came from. Pupperay, damn it, why did you betray me like that? I thought I could make a quick getaway, but holy crap, they just smoked my dragon without a thought. Yeah, I didn't have any choice but to just book it out of there as quick as possible. Thank goodness I had a backup flyer this time. Well, I was checking some things out on my backup flyer. I was just kind of minding my business when all of a sudden, holy crap, there goes my last flyer. I hadn't even made it to a teleporting bird thing yet. I should really invest in a better hang glider when I have a chance. Because I'm definitely getting my money's worth. And holy crap, yeah. Rampaging Lavander. Not what I'm looking for. I make it out by the skin of my teeth, but I make it out. While looking at this potential secondary farming option, I come across another little fake chest. I don't have a chance in hell this time though, and that sucker is gone. Never to be seen again. Damn. Now that I have found a better farming option, it's time to dismantle my old one and set up shop elsewhere. It only takes a couple of trips through the PAL box to get everything dismantled and back to base. And now to set up at the new location, which is going to give us a lot more than just metal this time. It's finally time. And while it takes quite a bit for us to fly over this mountain, I imagine there was probably an easier way. But I was okay with this way, mostly because I found several eggs on my way up here. And it's now time to begin. I had originally planned on bringing all the water pals that I could with me, but unfortunately I was only able to bring just whatever the biggest levels I had captured since. But I had given some of these pals a water attack, in what I hoped would help. Man, it is a really good thing I didn't load up on water pals like I almost did. Because if I had, I would have been so screwed. And the only reason why I didn't is because my water pals sucked. Let's all give a moment to thank small miracles and happenstance, because it saved me from getting annihilated in round 1. I'd be a complete liar if it wasn't for the fact that, bullet supremacy on this one. My pals, even the captured ones, now to be honest, we weren't exactly elementally aligned, but that still doesn't matter because, holy moly, the bullets were doing the hard work here. But you know what? Not that it matters. We still got him. And that's all that matters. It was not as close as I thought it was going to be. Still, it was a bit of a struggle because I was almost expecting to have to come in here, learn my lesson, and come back. So I'm glad we got him on the first go. Back to town and where the gambling addicts are. Thankfully for my conscience, this guard didn't seem to give a rat's ass that I'd shot Axel in the face a bunch of times. So that was much more, comforting to my soul, conscience, moral compass, whatever. Either way, we got there. We did it. Yay. Seriously, somebody get therapy for these damn pals. They got a gambling problem.